โอ้โฮมาเร็วนะครับเดี๋ยวรอเพื่อนแป๊บหนึ่งนะแล้วเดี๋ยวเริ่ม Okay, good morning. Welcome to the class. Okay, thank you for how many people? 6 people here. Okay, I'm gonna check your name in a few minutes after this. Okay, so the warm-up question today is gonna be quite quick and easy. What is security? Okay, what is security in network? What is security in network? Okay, so try to explain in your word. Okay, so prepare yourself about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna have a class check as normal. So again, just welcome the who just come in. Today warm-up question is asking what is security in network. Okay, so prepare yourself. We're gonna have quite a wrap-up class in this morning, so hopefully not don't gonna take like the full 3 hours. It's gonna be like 1 hour lecture, and they're gonna give you the task for you to finish, as well as quite important that we need to prepare about next week task as well. Okay, so yep, good morning, the one that who just came. The warm-up question here today is what is security in network? What is security in network? Okay, prepare yourself. Okay, for the one who just came in, the warm-up question today this morning is to explain what is security in network. What is security in network? Okay. So we're gonna couple minutes before we have the class check. Okay. All right. Okay, we're gonna start the class check again. As normal, I call your name, turn on the camera, telling me your student ID, and the answer of warm-up question, which is asking, what is security in network? All right. Okay. So, first person, Jirawin. Morning.
Yeah. 59 or 591075 T085. The network security is the security that protect your network or data from breaches with new technology with either software or hardware. Thank you.
Thank you. Nanapat. Nanapat. Yep. Okay.
5910756245. The network security is the cover board that build the security to the network for the device.
Okay. Network security is security
I
for the
don't know.
network.
I
All right.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Next, Junjit.
6010750013. I will use the example. Example one. if the one in the office get the virus, and then other ones will get the virus if we don't have network security. But if we have network security, if one get the virus, other will not get. This is the example of the network security.
Okay, but I cannot see your camera. Let me check with that. Okay, so Napaskon.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Good. Okay. Napaskon, please. Napaskon not here. Thanapat. Not
Hello.
Thanapat. Okay. Yep. Okay.
6010751342. The security is I think it's the firewall or just a wall that can catch the virus and protect all the data. Thank you.
Thank you. Patarini. I cannot hear your voice.
Can
Oh,
you
okay.
hear
Got it now. Yep.
again? 6010755020. Network security is a protection network or action that prevents harm to occur with the user's data, device, or network. Thank you.
Thank you. Warawat?
Five nine one zero six. Sorry, 59106400175. The security of internet is the system that protect the user from the virus or something that harm the data of the user from internet. Thank you.
Thank you. Gritty. Gritty not here. Portrait.
61107555052. I think network security is to secure and protect your information from leaking and from being hacked.
Thank you. Cersei one.
6110755318 ค่ะ. So I think security in network is like some kind of technology or tool that designed to monitor and protect our like privacy or accessibility of the network from like prohibit act or misuse.
Thank you. Lasakon.
61107555425. It is a protection of personal information from being stolen.
Okay. Next, Alvin. Alvin not here. Kokomi.
621075548. Network security is the protection of computer network and data of organization. It can be an infrastructure of the network that protects like the security of the network from the unauthorized person, like outside people, or can be like controlling the user behaviors of the organization. Thank you.
Thank you. Tapapat.
601075138. Network security is a protection that protects your personal information from malwares or viruses to take your data.
Okay, thank you. Warid.
6010753108. Security in network is the system that secures the important information of the user safely, such as personal information and the credit card. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanapoom.
Okay. 6210750854. Security network is a thing that keep you safe. If example, if you save your computer, your information, and your file, and network security will keep it safe from hackers who want to steal your information.
Kantanat.
5810753086. Network security is the process of tracking preventative measures to protect the underlying networking infrastructure from unauthorized access. Thank you.
Thank you. Next participant.
ครับ 58107568 ครับ Network security is a tool for protect your network and data from danger in network ครับ
Narapat.
6110756062. The network security is a set of rules and configuration designed to protect the computer's data and network by using both software and hardware.
One. Okay. Yep.
1075558. Network security is a broad term that covers a multitude of technology devices. It is a set of rules and configurations designed to protect the integrity, confidence, and security. That refers to physical security, physical security.
Okay. Okay. I got you, but just a feedback that your voice is a little bit shaky. Just in case you want to use for the other subject. Okay. Thank you. Is anybody else haven't shown up this morning? I haven't marked you or something. All right. Okay. Tips are good. Thank you. All right. Okay. I know this is holiday. Sorry to use this up. The reason is because actually we have the timeline next week that we're gonna have quite a special occasion. So we need to do two things in today's task. Okay, and if that's done for today's class. Okay, so first thing I need to introduce you about the security here. Okay, and second one I need to announce what you need to do on next week. Okay, because next week is not gonna be the normal lecture. It's gonna be like your project announcement. So basically it's going to be to publish it, advertise your project, okay, to let other people know your project, okay, in terms of how good you are, okay. And this is going to be along the important milestone for your assignment as well. And with that is a reason that I need to call everyone here for this class. Okay, so we're gonna have two things. Okay, I need to introduce you about security. We have some tasks for that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the task for you. Like if you have any question, just stay with me. But otherwise, you can leave. But another thing is you need to prepare, understand, really understand the next class. Okay, happen. Okay, what will be happen. So we need to do two things, and if that's done, it's gonna be done for this week. Okay, so yep, we just get into the first one first. Okay, about security. I actually share the slide. okay, to the Microsoft Teams. So just in case you would like to record for that, but don't worry, I gonna share on the screen right now so everyone probably see that together. Give me 1 sec. I don't know, but it's like everybody else being holiday or something is quite very quiet in my village right now. No, it's like no, normally they're gonna have like the rider of the lineman grab or running all around, but very quiet here. You said, yeah, we're supposed to be holiday. All right, okay, don't waste the time, go to that. Okay, so this is the one that I shared to you. So basically, we need to get through on the security. So I'm gonna brief all the security concept to you, okay? And once you get about the conceptual of that, you can work on your task later on, okay? First thing, okay, data security and encryption. Okay, what we use here is quite a lot, just like many people talking about like protect the credit card to secure your information or the personal things. Yeah, you have quite a very good point of that. So can we just get through of this? We have talking a lot of encryption and decryption. Okay, like you have save it, you have encrypt the data, you have like securing the data. A lot of things here we talk about this day, and it's common. Okay, when you're doing shopping on the online shopping, they're gonna have quite the case of that, and especially if you know like they have the news about like the banking problem system right now in somewhere that we're not really sure which part is really the problem, but we saw the case that a lot of people has been using your debit or the credit card, and now they has been charged by the one that they not really use it. And so yep, that is quite a big issue in Thailand right now. Okay, so yep, this is going to have a question like how you securing the data. Okay, just like when if you talking about this. Okay, we would like to get back into very fundamental, okay, very basics one. Okay, what is encryption? What is decryption? Okay, so can we just get to the basic of that? The idea is this: they have, for example, we have two people, Bob and Alice. Okay, normally if we're talking about security, they're gonna have two guys. One is Bob and one is Alice. Okay, they want to talk each other. Okay, so the Bob guy would like to send the word hello Alice. Okay, hello Alice. This is the word that the Bob would like to send to Alice, but he don't want the other people to see that information. Okay, so that's just a real case of security. Okay, the idea is that on this Bob part here, they're gonna using encryption. What is the idea of encryption? Is this: you have the message. Okay, sometimes they call plain message. Okay, so it's a raw data. Okay, that you really use that in the process. The encryption process, actually they're gonna using the key. Okay, they're gonna have several methods. Okay, and depends on what the protocol that they need some key. Okay, so in real life our key is possibly going to be like the password, okay, or something like that. With the key of that and the message, the Bob using in the process of encryption, and that itself they got the ciphertext. So you're gonna see that it's something that quite not unreadable. 6EB695, what is it, whatever, but actually it's the one thing has been processed from the word hello Alice. So the ciphertext has been processed from that. That ciphertext itself had been sent through the network. So now whatever that who take it without a key, they cannot understand what is it. Or do you understand all that? Okay, but when Alice received that ciphertext, they're gonna have the key to open that with the decryption and get the hello Alice back. So at the end, Bob and Alice can talk together, understand it, but no other people in the world could understand that. That's a pretty nice concept to work with that, isn't it? Okay, with this, So the definition is encryption, the rendering of information into the different, only the related parties can understand the content. Okay, so this is something that you're gonna rely on that, but my important part is you need to understand what I just tried to explain to you. If you understand that, that's pretty nice. Okay. Decryption is a process to translate the block of received information from encryption to the receiver. All right, so I'm gonna let you think about this, okay? How is important to this and all the others. But what I like here, okay, I would like to get back to the really old times, okay, back to the old days, okay? And back to that is gonna be like the Caesar cipher, okay? What is Caesar cipher? If you remember the word Caesar, is in the Roman timeline, okay, thousands of years before. Yes, they start doing with the security, they're doing with the encryption already. Do you believe it? It is. So this is one of the early age of the encryption has been created. They're using the two metal pieces, okay, two round of that. So if you look carefully, they're gonna have one round inside and one round another. So they actually the separate pieces. They put two separate pieces together using the pin in the middle so they can rotate thing around of that. Okay. The idea is that you have A, B, C until the Z in for the inside, you have A, B, C for the outside, okay. But you can rotate it. The idea is that we can rotate it to map it. For example, you rotate until A and D is matched exactly the same. So B and E will be mapped for the others, C and F will be mapped for the others. So this is the idea how the Caesar cipher is actually start to use it. Okay, to use it, this is pretty good because if you look at that, okay, if you have the word, okay, what is the word actually? Like, okay, like the word cap, C-A-B, okay, if you write the C-A-B, you can write that. Sorry. Must be this one, right? Okay. If I have the word C, don't correct me. C-A, can I something else? Okay. If I had the word C-A-B, okay, yeah, that's better. Okay. From the original one, so like this is Bob, try to send to Alice, okay, C-A-B, okay. But if you send to the CAB in that Caesar, probably it's going to be the code like, hey, we want the cap to be strike and attack another city, something like that, okay? The idea is that we don't want this message to lose it to the other people, especially the enemies of us, okay, or the opposite side, okay? And think back to about that old days, then probably not going to have the network as today. They're going to using what is that, horse. They're going to people to running the message to giving to another people. What is the risk? For example, if they're riding the horses, okay, to get the message to deliver to our team in another part of the city or another city that we are in our same team here, and the enemy try to attack it and get the message, oh, CAB, I know that you're going to attack CAB, for example. We don't want it to happen. Caesar don't want it to be happen. Okay, Caesar is a pretty good, great warrior at that time. He wins a lot. Okay, how did he do? Okay, he using these rotating things. Okay, CAB, and they're gonna setting like, okay, for example, every day you need to moving around to another 3 alphabet, for example. Okay, so now this route is gonna be A to D, B to E, and D, blah blah, and so on. So the word CAB here, okay, will be changing. The character C will be mapped to F. A will be mapped to D, and B will be mapped to E. So the F, D, E here, okay, will be writing down, okay, and send the message by horses like the messenger, okay, so they're gonna grab the horses, okay. For example, if the enemy attack this message, okay, and the enemy got FDE, what on earth are you trying to say? So like F for what is a D stand for, the E or something? They not really understand. That's the idea of the CISA at that time, okay. But if the message has been arrived at the same team, they got FDE and they got, okay, we need to spend about 3 characters on each day. Okay, so F actually mapping to C, D is actually mapping to A, is actually mapping to B. Is the message CAB again. We're gonna try CAB. Okay, got it. Prepare the soldier and win. That's the idea. CISA is pretty good with that. Okay, they're using for some time. Back to the older thinking, like they don't have many people to read, to understand. Even the book is not easy to find. Don't talk about telephone, it's 1,000 years ago. Okay, he's doing pretty good job. We call it the mono-alphabetic cipher for the formal word of that. Okay, so we substitute and use that. It's good for early, but once they use it and use it and use it, of course, more people know how they're working on that. It's not quite safe as before. So, yep, it has been cracked. Okay, it could be hacked. Okay, if CISA are gonna talk with their teams, okay, they're gonna map with the alphabet. Although we don't know the password of that, but you're gonna rotating around of this thing, and they're gonna be 1 in 24 chances, right? Because the alphabet has only just A to Z of that. So that's quite easy to crack still. Okay, CISA is not stopped on that. He's so good, thinking like back to the old days, like you don't have even the electricity, but he designed this thing. He now using the polyalphabetic cipher. What is polyalphabetic cipher? It means you not just using the one fixed mapping. We're gonna using the varies more than one mapping. For example, you're gonna have the keyword like CAB. Okay, now this is a keyword. Okay, the keyword CAB. What does it mean? For example, okay, if I in our team, our keyword is CAB. Okay, only you and me can understand. Okay, what does that mean? It means that, for example, CISA would like to send the word AAA to your team. Okay, to his team. Okay, AAA. Now he's gonna encrypt that with the keyword CAB. What is the CAB? The first A will be rotate 3 character. Okay, so they will be back to D dot. Another A, they rotate 1 character. That become B. And the last A, that is B, is mean 2 character. Rotate that to C. So that D, B, C, for example. So when the message is become DBC, is quite unbeatable at that time. Okay, try to think how much combination that they could have. There doesn't need to have only 3 character keywords, right? They could have more. Okay, so it's with the people, they're gonna have just like blank of that. It's a pretty good one. CISA is still good, but what about computer here today? I think we can crack that in like 0.0001 second. Because in each 0.01 second we can process like 100,000 possibility. Okay, our computer is so good. But back to the old day, I quite admit he's pretty good with that, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, it's good back to 1,000 years ago. Now at 2021, not so good. Okay, what else do we have in our hand right now? We're gonna have transposition cipher. Okay, so it's actually the adaptive to make it to be more useful along the way, that from the CISA time until before up to the present time, they have improved something quite a lot. Okay, and this is another one that has improved version of that. Transposition cipher, Ozymandias. This is the keyword they're choosing. Okay. Let's see together how they work. Okay, just try to understand how they're working. This is how important that how actually the security is working in computer. Okay, that is fantastic if you can understand on that. If you're choosing the password or the keyword Ozymandias, okay, you set on that. You write down Ozymandias. Now, what are we gonna do? We're gonna looking the order of alphabet. So the Ozymandias, okay. Do we have A? We're gonna look at okay, the A. This is number 1. Do we have another A? Okay, this is number 2. And we scan is that any B? No. Any C? No. Any D dog? Oh yeah, D dog number 3. Like that, and go on. Okay. So we're gonna have the number 7, 10. Okay. What we do? We set it up of that in the first 2 lines here, and we put the message that we would like to send. For example, we would like to send the word company has reached primary goal. Okay, so this is quite important message. For example, like if you know one company gonna have reached the important goal. If you know that, for example, you can buy the stock and you're gonna like get a millions of that. If you're really sure that the news is actually correct, right? We put that in because it's secure message, everyone. We put each alphabet on each row. Okay, like that. Okay, if that full, you put into another line like that. Now, what we're gonna do? We're gonna using the message here. Okay, number 1 that we find here before. Okay, with the Ozymandias number 1 here, you're gonna see AHG. Okay, so we got AHG here for number 1, and then AHG, and what is next? File number 2, AR. Okay, and number 3, YDE. So they're going to be AHG, AR, YDA. Okay, so like this. AHG, AR, YDA, and so on until complete all of that. So they're going to rearrange of that, and you're going to see how they shuffle, and it's not quite easy to understand. Again, how we gonna read it. Okay, so we can use it to send it to. Okay, in the message we send it through, and it's gonna be quite complex. Okay, and not easy for the people to actually to understand on that. So it's quite secure for some reason. Okay, we send it to the receiver. How receiver can read that? Okay, and that's another thing that's important. We can encrypt, but it's also important that you can decrypt and read that. Okay, at least want to read that. At least can understand with Bob, so they have the keyword to open that. They have the password to open that. Ozymandias. Okay, they set it up. They're starting the number 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah. Okay, and when Alice got the message, she gonna put down AHGAR on the order. AHGAR and so on, blah blah blah. Okay, so until fulfill all the complete message. And yes, Alice can read the message. Company has reached a primary goal. This is how they use it. So we can make it more complex, more even complex by doing these double columnar transposition. So instead that we're going to have only the one password and set it, we're going to have another password set on the order as well. So when you read that SRER, okay, you put SRER in this one again, and we're going to like shuffle 2 times. Okay, and they're becoming like this, and so going to be quite a lot more complicated and harder for you to crack. But again, it's the alphabet, and if you know the dictionary things in the computer itself, it can break in like seconds. Okay, it's good without the computer processing, honestly. So the computer need to do something else, okay, to make it work. How the computer make it work in terms of security and the encryption itself, the bit level ciphering. Okay, the bit level ciphering is what? Okay, is we talking about the data instead of using the character, we separate into the bit. And for the bit itself, it's actually quite important because we break down into quite a small pieces. It's harder for the people to be like assemble it back. Guess random using the dictionary or something like that, and it's more flexible. If you would like to send a picture, you can use it a bit level. You send the video, you can encrypt the video. Okay, all the things is pretty good. How they do it? So the plain text is going to be break down into the bit level like this 1110 blah 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 blah. Okay, you're going to have encryption key, you process on that, okay, by somehow or the process method, especially on the mathematics protocol. Okay, you're going to get ciphertext. So you can see plain text and ciphertext is different. We're using the ciphertext to send along the network, and the receiver gonna have a key doing with the ciphertext and coming back with the plain text. So what we need is we need the protocol that plain text doing with the key and get the ciphertext, and that ciphertext must be able to reverse back to the plain text with some key of that. Okay, so that's the idea of about the modern encryption and decryption. Okay, so back to like 10 years ago, okay, we start with about like DES, okay, data encryption standard. Okay, it's a quite good, simple, easy, work on all the device, don't using much complicated in the processing data, and they work pretty good. Okay, but what we need to know is they actually gonna have many type of protocol that can you use. Okay, so what you can choose, okay, between two common type into the encryption standard. First one is symmetric, second one is asymmetric. What's the difference of that? Okay, symmetric is the key that we're using in the bit level here is the key to encrypt, and decrypt is the same key. Just like your door at home, mostly I believe that you're using the key to lock the door, and also you can using that key to open the door. Yep, that's the same idea. So for example, the encryption here, you're gonna using the key to doing some operation like plus, minus, multiply, something else. When we decrypt it, we're just doing the reverse of that. Okay, so it's good, simple. Okay, and the processing power don't need to be consumed that much. Also, the battery life is not to be constrained. Okay, but the difference, asymmetric. Asymmetric, they're gonna have two keys. One key to encrypt, one key to decrypt. So one key to lock it, another key to unlock it. It quite not possible in the real world that much. Okay, we don't use that kind of key in the physical world. Okay, with that much strategy. Okay, but the computer here is pretty quite good, amazing things. Once that we can using only one key to lock, and that key cannot be unlocked. Okay, and another key that need to simply to unlock only. Okay, this is pretty cool, because one of that if we using is RSA, or the public key. Why this is important? Every time that you're doing online shopping, every time that doing on the digital transaction, they're using on all of these. Why we need to using asymmetric key? Simple. One of the most important problem is you're not really able to exchange the key with the one that who want to talk with. Try to look back on the Bob and Alice. Okay, Bob and Alice, if they can see each other, okay, this is today's password. Okay, see you after, and then we can talk in the internet. That is fine. Okay. But if I gonna send you the encryption file here and I cannot see you in the physical world, how I gonna telling your password? Many people say, just send me the email. Oh, you sure? The email is not encrypted, and I gonna send the encrypt message after that the email, so people that who can trap our email, so they can trap the both key and the encrypt message is gonna be quite nonsense, isn't it? For example, like you send the key on top with your safe box, okay, with the Curry Express, for example, it's not gonna make sense, right? Everyone who get the box is gonna get the key as well. Okay, what is the point of that? So the key here is a problem. Okay, now today we're using a lot of this because only one key can lock and another key unlock. So we're using one key to telling the world, hey, this is your key, you can use it. Okay, so this is the one that you can encrypt that to me, but I am only one person in the world, in the entire world, that can unlock that. So don't worry. You're using that key, lock that, send it to me. Whoever get that box, they cannot open that. Only me, okay, that can open that. So that's really secure. That's why we're using these things in the online shopping, in the e-commerce, okay. But the idea is asymmetric, needing 2 key, and actually if you look down in the protocol, they're using the processing power a lot because they need to do the power a lot of number, doing with the prime number, okay, and they're using a lot of process and using quite a lot of energy and data and also the battery, okay, in the smartphone here. So we have the alternative of that. If you don't want to use it asymmetric, okay, they still have a chance for the symmetric to exchange the key. So we're using the KDC, okay, what is the key? KDC is Key Distribution Center. The idea to using that, it means everybody in that group that want to using the key, the key on the system, need to trust the KDC or Key Distribution Center, which is, yes, sometimes, for example, we understand that we trust Google, we trust the Visa credit card company, for example, we trust the bank, okay. So if we have one person to trust, for example, we have A and B here, both trust the KDC, so they can actually initiate and asking the key from the other and exchange on that. So that's the idea, like the third party to help us. The good thing is that we don't have to process all about a lot of asymmetric, but again, the idea is that based on what you trust, okay, as long as we have the third party trust, how can we trust it? That's a question. Okay, but not that. We can using the public key to help a lot of us. Okay, we can using to public key by the Diffie-Hellman protocol. We can create the symmetric key from that. Okay, that one thing that we can use. We can look more detail on that. RSA. Okay, this is the main things. Okay, you probably look down here how actually they're working. Okay, it's nice for you to know because this is actually one day gonna have improved more and more in the future, and you know what it actually they're doing right now and how is your risk that probably could be happen on your shopping right now. This is actually the things. Okay, this is the key of everything. And one of the important of that is digital signature. We're using this asymmetric key, okay, to using the signature, the digital signature, because we're not really able to sign on the paper and we can trust it because you don't need the Photoshop. You can use any pen program to crop and copy of that signature and paste on another document without other people know it. So we need something to really trust, and because again they have 2 keys. Okay, we're using our secret key here to sign that, and other people in the world can open it and check. Hey, this only you can create that blocks of data, and that's it. We're using for the digital signature. Is it good? The important thing is this is important in the term that we're using in the law as well in today. Although that we not see each other, we're using the digital signature here in the court, in Thailand court, okay, to be exact, okay, to claim that this is our contract, okay, you agree with that, and you're not doing as a contract. So yep, we can sue you as an example like that. Last thing of today's lecture is about the virus, worms, and hacking, okay. Just would like a quick few explain. Okay, they have a lot of that. Okay, we have the virus or the viruses here. That the virus is not actually the COVID-19. You understand that? Okay, the virus is actually another programs. Okay, which is not doing that they're supposed to do. For example, you should not involve or doing with other program itself. But the virus is something that find the way if any leak, any hole, any weakness in the operating system, and they can copy itself infect to another program and doing something that we are not allowing to. For example, delete the data, copy the data, stealing the data. That's about the things. That's a virus. Worms is another thing. Try to imagine the worm. Okay, the green jelly bubble animals worm itself. Okay, what is the worm doing? Look like the worm in physical world. There is quite like that. They're not really gonna bite you and die. Okay, the worm is the idea about that the program is copy itself and expand to all around your computer resources without permission. Okay, so what is annoying that they're using the resource without your permission and they're gonna consume a lot your computer that you don't like it, and at the end some resources consume too much and your computer is not working properly as it should be. And that's worms. Okay. Hacking. Okay, we are quite get used to with that by now, I believe. a lot of news here that stealing information without permission, and that's just going to be happen, that they find the weak, the hole, or anything, or using like the virus or the worm to help them to stealing that. That's the idea. So this is a rough idea that would like to share to you about the security concept here. Okay, so I'm gonna let you to hopefully to see and feeling the security, how the fundamental working. So the first task is asking is, okay, I just post in the Microsoft Teams, explain and analyze your security that used in your assignment project or built-in. The idea is that, okay, your assignment task that you're working, you're probably using some system, some tools, some application. What is security in that? Of course, you must have for now, okay? If you don't have, it's possibly like someone gonna change that, your content, someone gonna change the idea, okay, and all of that. What is security that already have been that? So try to do some research, explain and analyze that, okay? So that's gonna be the group work, okay? Make sure that you submit that, okay? Okay, submit before next week. This is gonna be task I give it to you. Okay, so that's his first task. Okay, I post that in the Microsoft team. Okay. Any question here first? So it's your assignment project. Okay, assignment group. Okay, you need to explain and analyze what is security involved in your project. Okay, you must have. Okay, if you said like you have no security, it means like anyone, including me, just go to your project work and I can change that immediately. Changing the word that I don't like Thammasat, blah 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 in that your work. Can everyone do that? Of course not. They're gonna have some kind of security to block on that. Okay, but what is your security that you have? Okay, you need to do the research, of course. Okay, so do the research and analyze that. That is your task. Okay, I expect about like half of pages. Okay, that you probably gonna explain or more if you would like. Okay, that's first thing.
อาจารย์คะ
Second, yes, go.
This one is the project. This mean the Facebook that we do, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So of course, then must have security. So otherwise, your Facebook is gonna be like changing and deleted or adding. Nah, that's gonna be possible for that. Okay, thank you. Okay, and second one, next week task. Okay, that is the reason everyone need to be here today. Okay, because it's the milestone that I said that next week task need to be the social announcement. So from what you've done here, okay, again, after midterm, you need to continue your project. Okay, if you haven't do it now. Okay, and then what you need to do is this: you need to prepare 3 things: poster, short clip, and live session. Okay, on next week. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do like this. Okay, just try to follow with me. Okay, next week at 9:30. So, okay, I'm gonna run the meeting like this. Okay, so I just turn it on. Okay, we don't need to have the normal class check. Okay, because it's gonna be the special class here for that next week. What you need to do, okay, come to the meet, type in your name and ID. Okay, that's all I need. Okay, when I start the meeting, okay, you don't need to turn on the camera, you don't need to do anything. What I need is just you join in, type in your name and ID at 9:30. Okay, and that's it. Okay, for the class register. But the task is after that. The task is you need to post the poster and short clip. Okay, in your social media. Okay, post that. Not just that, poster, post the short clip. Okay, what is the short clip? It depends on you. It could be the video file 10 seconds or the animation. Okay, that's about that. And okay, and you need to do the live session. Okay, what is the live session? Just live thingy. Okay, so you need to live and announce about your project. What are you doing? What is good? What is bad? Okay, so it's just like to taking public attention, okay, as much as you could. I need you to run about like 10 to 15 minutes, okay, in the live session. Okay, and all the things, poster, short clip, live session. Okay, in each group you need to get that 3 links, okay, post down until the task, and I write down that next week task, okay, and all these things must be finished by 12:30 next week. Okay, so when at 9:30 you coming down in, write down your name and ID. Okay, so you start to post poster, to post a short clip, and prepare to do the live session about 10-15 minutes. When you done all that, get 3 that links, okay, with your member name ID. Okay, post into the task that I type in here, next week task. Okay, so that done for your task. Then we wait every group finish. Okay, once every group finish, that is going to be after 12:30 because some group might take so long. This is okay. We have about a week that I'm going to asking for you to watch your friend task. So you need to watch your friend poster, watch your friend short clip, watch your friend live session. Okay, and the week after we will come back and I'm gonna ask you to vote. Okay, so who's gonna be the popular vote? Probably gonna get the bonus point, for example. Okay, on top of that, but of course I'm not one group one vote, and I'm not allow you to vote yourself. Okay, because otherwise every group gonna vote for yourself. Okay, so this will be happen next week. Okay, so prepare for that and make sure to tell your friend that who's not be here as well. Okay, next week 9:30 coming here, type down your name and ID, leave the meet. Post a short clip, doing the live session 10-15 minutes. Okay, and get all done by 12:30. Get the link, post under the task that I give it to you. When it's that, and along the week, okay, watch your friend task, okay, and coming back the week after we do the voting. So what that should be in the social announcement, basically telling a good thing about your project, about the things, how they're going to help it, and also try to apply what we learned. For example, here, that's why I need to bring the security, and I'm going to ask you to analyze that, because it's going to be probably a few things that you need to add in that as well, how good of your things. And I'm going to evaluate about all the content of that. So, yep, that is about the idea. Any question here so far?
Hello, Jack. So the topic for the poster, short clips, and live sessions, they will be related to our page, like for example, COVID, about it, right?
Yep. So basically, it's to promote your page, to be straight away.
Thank you.
So yep. Thank you. So that's just the idea that at the end, and hopefully that actually your group and your friends gonna help each other to like and share that to the other as well. Okay, hopefully that it's gonna really reach the public. Okay, not just doing it and you don't even like your group, and that's gonna be quite funny things, isn't it? So hopefully that. Again, this is social announcement. So if you see the topic social announcement, yeah, this is announcement. This is my project. How cool I am. Okay, you need to telling the world. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, make sure that if you have questions, just ask here. Okay, because I would like everyone to get the same information. Please just ask it here. Don't ask at the end or after that, because otherwise. The problem is going to be like one group can understand like this, another group not understand like this. So please, if you have question, ask right now. Okay, if we close the class here today, it means, yep, that's done. It means that is all information that everyone have. Okay, that's what I would like to have, the fair judgment as well. All right, okay, so if you don't have the question immediately right now, it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna stand by here. Okay, at least about like 10-20 minutes here. So if you would like to discuss in your group, okay, it's fine. Okay, come back and ask me. I'm still standing by here. But if you really great, okay, you know that you need to do 2 tasks here today. Okay, the task 1 is to explain, analyze your security in your assignment project. Okay, answer that. Okay, before next week, and you know that what you need to do on next week task. Okay, coming in, register your name, type ID, post the poster, short clip, and live session. If you got all that and you discuss in your group, this is fine. That's all for today class, and thank you for being here. Sorry, we're gonna disappoint you on holiday itself, but yeah, it's this is the task that we need to prepare everything's here. All right, okay, so feel free to ask and discuss if you would like have. Okay, I'm gonna standing by here about 10-20 minutes. Okay, and after that, okay, if so good, feel free to leave the room. Thank you. And that's all done. Thank you for today's lecture.
อาจารย์คะ so for today tasks the one that we need to explain about like what security we use in our project so we like discuss with each other and submit the file under the post just like normal, right?
Yep, exactly.
Oh, so like there will be no presentation?
No, because it's holiday, and I think that the main reason that I asked you to prepare is about because that you can use that for the next week task. That's an idea.
Oh, okay, I see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Teacher
หรือว่าเราจะคุยอีกทีเดี๋ยวรอพ่อใหม่
Yes.
Teacher ครับ I just want to ask for about the part 3 for the live session. This mean I have to live in Facebook or just present the live in the classroom.
Live in the Facebook, yes.
Or I need to do a live in the Facebook too.
You don't need to live in the classroom. So in the classroom, we're doing nothing, just typing your name and ID, and that's it. But you need to live in your social media platform, okay, to telling the world, okay. So the poster, the short clip, and the live session to show the world. Actually, that's the idea.
Okay. So I don't have to do a live in my Facebook page.
Yep. So just do on your social media platform, and once you done that, you get the link coming back and post under the task in the Microsoft Teams.
ครับขอบคุณครับ
Welcome.
อาจารย์ปิยะครับ
Yes, yes.
Can I speak in Thai?
Okay, just wait another 5 minutes, okay? And then is it personal issue or the question about this task?
Oh, it's about task.
Okay, can we just wait a few seconds here because we are on the recording here, so we're supposed to speak in English, and then when we stop the recording, and then feel free to ask for that. Okay. Just 2 minutes.
I will ask in English about first. Last session is we should do in English or in Thai.
Oh, good question. Actually, I quite prefer to be in English, but I understand that if like we want our group to be especially in Thailand target, yes, so I need to accept in both language. Okay, for your question, thank you.
Okay, and in live session, what we should do in 15 minutes is introduce us about us, or and then
the idea is to promote your work. So let the other people to join and contribution, like probably like join, involve or sharing. So that's the idea to selling your stuff. This is great, need to have, and everyone can be great. Okay, something like that. But how this thing gonna be really impact to the people? If you can see that the structure that I'm preparing to you, so they're gonna have like the poster that is gonna be a kind of still image. So if people just drag down quickly, so they probably get some notice. If they understand, they probably look into detail of the poster. But the animation is probably gonna be like quick attraction. Okay, so like not really gonna be caring for your things, but just drag down and chance to see, and then catchy of that. But the live session is like if some people really look into that and they're gonna get the brief idea. Oh, this is what you're doing. It's probably gonna be the good thing. I probably should join you in somehow, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, because in the social media, they're probably not gonna be restrict things to all the people, right? If one of that can be catch some of group of people, that's gonna be our success already.
Yes, exactly. It's hard to promote to get more follower, more than that you.
Yep, you can consider like that.
Okay. And is I will ask about first task in a period.
Upper task? What does it mean?
First task is
the first task. Okay.
Yes, security network.
Yes, and the question is
what we do in a first task, and we deadline is next week ใช่ไหมครับ
Yep.
แล้วก็and information is in MS Team about first task.
Yep, it's task that I post at 9:39. Explain and analyze your security that used in your assignment project, okay, or the one that built in. Because of your project that you're using, they're gonna have, of course, some security in that. But I'm gonna ask you to do some research and try to get more detail and explain and analyze of that. And this task I'm asking you to submit before the next week class, because when you do the promote, especially for example in live session, sometimes you probably need to mention it in somehow, and this is one topic from the others, okay, that you're gonna get the people to involve. That's the idea.
Okay, and do it individual or group?
In group, of course, because it's based on your assignment project. Yes.
That's all my question. Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Welcome.